Verse.
How great the robe of liberation, a formless field of merit, wrapping ourselves in Buddhist teaching, we fear all living beings. And though I thus liberate countless beings, not a single being is liberated.
Incense chant.
Precepts, incense, liberation of fused incense, cloud of lighted incense pouring into the Dharma realms. Offering to the highest teachers of the 10 directions, I respectfully bow to the altar of the incense cloud. Bodhisattva.
Wisdom dedication.
We dedicate this time and place to the three jewels.
To the Buddha, the ideal of enlightenment to which we aspire. To the Dharma, the path of the teaching that we follow. To the Sangha, the spiritual fellowship with one another that we enjoy. Here may no idle word be spoken. Here may no unquiet thoughts disturb our minds.
To the observance of the 5 precepts,
we dedicate this place.
To the practice of meditation,
we dedicate this place.
To the ripening of wisdom,
we dedicate this place.
To the joy of awakening,
we dedicate this place.
Though in the world outside there is strife,
here may there be peace.
Though in the world outside there is hate,
here may there be joy.
here seated, here practicing.
May our minds become Buddha. May our thoughts become Dharma. May our speech together become Sangha, for the happiness of all beings, for the benefit of all beings. With body, speech, and mind, we dedicate this place. Chant of compassion. We surround all forms of life with infinite love and compassion. Especially do we send out compassionate thoughts to those in suffering and sorrow, to those in doubt and ignorance, to all who are striving to attain truth, and to those whose feet stand close to the great change called death. We send forth all wisdom, mercy, and love. May the infinite light of wisdom and compassion so shine within us that the errors and vanities of self may be dispelled. So shall we understand the changing nature of existence and awaken into spiritual peace. The refuges.
I take refuge in the Buddha.
I take refuge in the Buddha.
I take refuge in the Dharma.
I take refuge in the Dharma.
I take refuge in the Sangha.
I take refuge in the Sangha. The five precepts.
I take up the practice of not harming living beings.
I take up the practice of not harming living beings.
I will not take what is not offered.
I will not take what is not offered.
I will not misuse sexuality or sensuality.
I will not misuse sexuality or sensuality.
I will practice gentle, truthful speech.
I will practice gentle, truthful speech.
I will not deal in nor misuse intoxicants.
I will not deal in nor misuse intoxicants.
You need some water?
I'm okay.
Is it the incense?
No, I was joking. The Buddha's Sarangamagata. True nature is free from all phenomena, which are illusions by causes created. Phenomena neither rise nor fall, but all phenomena are flowers in the sky. The unreal reveals the real, but both are since there is nothing real nor unreal, how can there be a subject and an object? For between the two there is no true nature, like the point where two rush bundles meet when set upright, tying and untying from the same cause arise, while the saintly and the worldly are not dual. Consider underlying nature at the point of meeting, where both is and is not, cannot be. If you disregard it, you are in delusion. If you awaken to it, you are free at once. 6 knots are untied, one after the other. When 6 are undone, one vanishes as well. 2's a sense organ that is all penetrating to enter the holy stream and attain Bodhi. Old habits flow like torrents in a liar's subtle consciousness, since the real yet unreal can create confusion. I have refrained from revealing it to you. If mind be set on searching for the mind, that which at heart is not illusion becomes illusory. If you stop all grasping, then there is nothing real. If what is not illusion ceases to arise, where can illusion be? This is the profound lotus Dharma, the precious Bodhi of the royal gem, the samadhi of seeing all things as illusion, which in a finger snap leads to the state beyond all study, the unsurpassed doctrine was followed by all Bhagavats in all directions, on the one path that to Nirvana leads.
So something that's come up recently for me is I've gotten excited about this new computer game. And for a few days, it was this excitement and watching people play it, and then realizing that our computers probably couldn't handle it, and then trying to figure out, how to make it possible to play it. And when we did make it possible to play it, it was almost not as exciting anymore. It was like the idea of wanting to play it was more satisfying than actually playing it. And I think that highlights our propensity to latch on to our expectations of how things should be and looking for satisfaction from those expectations. Like it's going to be so good. It's going to be fun to play. There aren't going to be any issues with it. It's like idealizing what we think the experience is going to be. And every time, the actual experience of it is not going to live up to our expectations that we've created for it. And this translates to a lot of different things. It translates to looking forward to spending time with friends. Oftentimes we idealize those interactions. I'm going to see these people that maybe I haven't seen in a while, and the feeling is going to be joy, or it's going to be really nice and we're going to get along. And it's like this idyllic situation that plays out in our head when we get excited about these things. But again, almost every time, the actual experience doesn't live up to the expectation. And we also do this with our interactions with each other. We set up these grandiose ideas of how things should go, how, people around us should behave or shouldn't behave. And we're left disappointed because it's not something that we should control, and it's not something that we can control. So the interesting part is it leaves us in a place where thinking about doing things is more satisfying than doing them. And it's like I think that that's maybe where, at least for me, this lack of wanting to actually follow through with plans, actually take the steps to do the things that I'm excited about. That's where that stops, is because we think that expectation, just having the expectation, is the exciting part. Making the plans is the exciting part. Doing it is just disappointing. So when we're going about our day, when if we're, cooking is another big one, looking forward to the way that things are going to taste, or feeling satisfied, or, those can also be idyllic situations where we have these grandiose plans in our head, and then they fall short of that, or something goes wrong and it's frustrating because that's not supposed to happen. it's kind of like the it's almost like a form of virtual reality in our heads. And I think that a lot of the disappointment and stress and strain that comes with that disappointment can easily be destroyed. I mean, cut off. I mean, not happen. If we stop having these grand expectations, stop trying to, live the experience before it happens. And it's almost like becomes a blindness, like because you are planning for this, because you're looking forward to it, maybe because you're already enjoying an experience, we neglect to notice details. Like I, neglected to, check that our computers could handle the game. Like maybe I'm excited about ordering a new product. Like I was thinking about, the Candy Cross dog harness for my dog, and I know Takeo has one, and I was thinking about it, and I realized I don't even know if it would work. Uh, all I'm doing is getting excited about it because somebody else is excited about it. But I'm using that excitement to perpetuate either purchasing it for the experience of satisfaction, but there is no assessment. There's no noticing, why do I want to buy it now? There's no noticing, is it productive to look forward to getting it? There's no, slowing down to really maybe research it further, maybe do my own process of figuring out if it's something that I need, something that I'll want, maybe making those expectations of the product more realistic. And so I think that it can be easy to go fast. It can be easy to want to go fast and want things to happen and want them to happen the way you want them to happen. And it just, at least I've noticed that for me, it can tend to turn into a train wreck because I'm looking for satisfaction in the wrong places. I'm giving my well-being over to that the game is going to run nicely on my computer. It's going to be everything I want it to be. Or that if I could just like save up enough money to get this dog harness, then I can exercise and it'll solve my problem and I'll be able to, spend time with my dog and it'll work just the way I want it to. And neither of those things are where my well-being comes from. And I think that, that effort to slow down and to be, aware of those thoughts that are arising and to be aware that those thoughts are not always productive. The expectations, aren't productive. There's a certain point where it becomes, no longer valuable to keep thinking about. I mean, it really should be from a place of supreme Bodhi that we do these things. I mean, yes, it would be exciting to have this dog harness. It would be exciting to have that experience with my dog, and maybe exciting to have that, physical activity. But in that excitement, am I giving away my well-being? Am I setting myself up for craving an experience that may or may not live up to what I think it's going to be? And once once you start noticing those kind of thoughts of it's going to be so great, anything beyond just like identifying the need and maybe assessing whether you actually need it can be dangerous. So it's something that I've noticed happens a lot more than I expected. I mean, it happens with everyday interactions. It can happen as much as anytime I have interface with anything. I mean, just the expectation that, I don't know, I'm going to get up or I'm going to pause this and the computer's going to work. The expectation that WebEx is recording, the expectation that the internet is going to keep going. Those are all very basic expectations that I think can become really dangerous if we become too reliant on them. If the internet cuts out, or if WebEx cuts out right now, the resiliency and the practice looks like that wouldn't cause me suffering. And I think that these moments are like revealers of where we are and what we need to work on to get us pointed in the right direction. And things like that, things like utility stuff, we do what we can. Press record. I look every once in a while just to make sure it's still recording and that we're still, connected. But beyond that, there's no use in worrying. There's no use in having an expectation that it should still be doing it beyond, what I already know to be effective. And so we just need to let it go. We just need to stop that thinking and use our practice in a way that helps us stop that thinking. It can be hard to do when it's something that's really ingrained, like being worried that the audio or the video is not going to be captured. That's been something that I've struggled with in the past with this. So it's a good example for me. But just to let go, release that grasp, relax it using our Supreme Bodhi practice, and just, those micro movements, I like to call them, how each thought can set you up depending on how you're using the thought. If you're using it to determine what you're going to get well-being from next, then that's not productive. But if we're able to live from this place of Supreme Bodhi, then we can be much more resilient with things that we look forward to, and the disappointment of that is experiencing them versus our expectation. We can handle that with a lot more grace, and it doesn't have to take anything away from us. So that ends my Dharma talk for today.
Closing Gata. Let me respectfully remind you, life and death are of supreme importance. Time passes swiftly and opportunity is lost. Each of us should strive to awaken. Awaken, take heed, do not squander your life. offering of merit. May the merit of this penetrate into each thing in all places, so that we and every sentient being together can realize the Buddha's way. All Buddhas throughout space and time, all Bodhisattvas, Mahasattvas, wisdom beyond wisdom, experience supreme Bodhi.